it becomes very easy for you to count any number, for you to count and write in Roman numerals if you know the basic Roman numerals. So it's not as if you're going to start learning how to write every number from at least 1 to 1000, individually. No, you just need to know the basic Roman numerals, and then you either add or subtract to get any number you're looking for. So let's learn the basic Roman numerals. It's very imperative for us to know how to write in Roman numerals, because even though it were used by the ancient Romans for counting, its application are still in existence. You're going to encounter Roman numerals in maths, physics, chemistry, virtually all the subjects, because most times we do counting in Roman numerals, and then we also list items using the Roman numerals. So it's very important for us to know how to write therein. Alright, the basic Roman numerals, first of all, in their ordinary form, we have the number 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500, and then 1000. Their values in Roman numeral: 1 is represented as I, 5 is V, 10 is X, L, C, D, and then we have M for 1000. So basically, if you want to write any number, you're just either going to add or subtract. Now, when do we add? If the number you're looking for is after a basic Roman numeral, which is 1, 5, 10, to 1000, you're just going to add. So since 1 is already I, let's write from 1 to 10. So we know 1 as I, so let's write 2. 2 is after 1, which is a basic Roman numeral, right? So we're just going to ask ourselves, what will I add to 2 because it's after 1? Sorry, what will I add to 1 to get 2? And what we're adding is because 2 is exactly after 1. It's just after 1. So we will 1 to give it 2. It's just another 1. So it becomes I. Since 1 is I, another is I, so I. The same thing applies for 3. 3 is after 1, so we have 1. 1 plus what will give us 3. We just add 1 3 times. And that's how we have I, and then I. It keeps going like that until you get 4. Now you notice that 4 is exactly before a basic Roman numeral, which is 5. So whenever the number is exactly before, we are now going to subtract, not adding. So I'm going to write out that 5. What will I subtract from 5 to give me 4? That's just 1. So 5 minus 1 is going to give us 4. And then we're going to write it as IV. Now you're going to ask, why didn't I write the 5 before 1? In Roman numeral, anytime you're subtracting, you're going to write the less number before the greater number. So 5 minus 1 will be written as IV and not VI. So anytime you see a less number in front of the great number, it simply means we subtracted. So that's just the modus operandi of writing in Roman numeral. 5 is already V, so we jump to the next one, which is C, 6. How do we get 6? 6 is after 5, so we have 5. Now 5 plus, because 6 is after, so what are we going to add to 5 to give us 6? It's just 1, so it becomes VI. Same thing for 7. 7 is after 5, so we have 5. 5 plus what to give us 7? That's 2. 5 is V. We already have 2 as II, so we just keep going. Becomes very easy if you understand the process. 8 is 5 plus what to give me 8? That's plus 3. 5 is V. 3 is I, and I, until we get to 9. 9 is exactly before 10. So since it's exactly before 10 and 10 is a basic Roman numeral, we're going to subtract, no longer addition. So we have 10 there. Now what will I subtract from 10 to give me 9? It's just 1. So remember, just like in the case of IV, if you are subtracting, you write the less number in front of the great number, so IX. So you see that's how to write from 1 to 10. So let's write from 10 to 90 now. I'm just going to write out all these basic numbers again. Now you can try to recite it with me. The more you recite it, the more it gets stuck to your brain. 1 is I, 5 is V, 10 is X, 50 is L, C, D, and then M. Now, we already have 10 as X, so we're going to write 20. Recall from your place value systems, numbers before the decimal point, you have the unit numbers, tens, hundred, and then we have thousand. In units, unit numbers are numbers from 1 to 9. So you notice that you just keep adding 1 to get to 9. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. Keep adding 1 before you get to 9. But as soon as you get to 9 and add another one, you now get to the next place value, which is tens. And the numbers therein are 10 to 90. Since we're under the place value of tens, we now count in tens. So you add 10 to 10, it becomes 20, 30, 40, and so forth. Until you get to 100, the same thing applies. You now start counting in hundreds. That's 100, 200, 300 to 900 before you now get to 1000. So it's going to play out, when we start writing in tens. Now, 20 is after 10, so we're going to look for what we're going to add to 10 to give us 20. That's just 10 plus 10. 10 is X, another 10 is X. 30 is still after 10, so what are we going to add? We are going to add 20, right? 10 plus 20. 10 is X, 20 is XX, so we keep going. 40 now. 40 is exactly before 50, so we're no longer adding, we are subtracting. So we write 50. 50 minus 10 should give us 40. So that is very simple. Remember, if we are subtracting, write the less number front. So 10 is X and 50 is L. So 40 will be XL. 50 is L, so we jump to 60. 60 is after 50, so we are going to add 50 plus what to give us 60? It's just 10, so it becomes L and X. The same thing applies for 70. That's 50 plus 20, LXX. Same thing for 80. 50 plus 30 becomes LXX and X. Not until we get to 90. 90 is exactly before 100, so we are going to subtract, right? So we have 100. 100 minus what to give us 90? That's just 10. So since we are subtracting, write 10 in front and then 100. That's XC. Now let's continue going. Writing it out again. This gives you another opportunity to try to recite it with me, right? So get ready. Let's go. I, V, X, L, C, D, and then M. Alright, so 100 is already C, right? So let's write 200. 200 is after 100, so we have 100 plus 100, and that's CC. 300, we have 100 plus what to give us 300? That's plus 200. So I have C. 200 is still 6C, so we keep going. Not until we get to 400, because it's exactly before 500. So we're going to subtract. It's just easy. 500 minus what to give us 100? We are counting in hundreds now, so it's just minus 100. 500. Since we're subtracting, we write the less number, which is 100 first. That's C, and 500 is D, CD. The same thing for 600. 500 is already D, so we just jump that. 600 is after 500, so we're adding. What shall we add? That's just 100, so it becomes DC. 700. What are we going to add to 500 to give 700? 200, so it becomes DCC. 800. That's 500 plus 300. It becomes DCC and then C until we get to 900, which is exactly before 1000. So we are subtracting, right? It becomes 1000 minus 900. Sorry. 1000 minus 100, right? Just have to subtract 100 to give you 900. So since you're subtracting, write 100 which is less first, and then m, cm. So that's basically how to count in Roman numerals. So if you have learned it up to this point, you should become proficient in writing Roman numerals. So now let's try and write some of these numbers in Roman numerals. Let's start from 235, for instance. Now it becomes easy for you to write in Roman numeral if you know your place value systems. So you see the place value of 5 is units, tens and 100. So I'm going to write them out individually, according to their place values, and we just convert. So let's start. This is 200, and so you see it has a place value of 100, so it has 200 plus 30, so that's 30, and then 5. So 200 plus 30 plus 5 is 235, right? Now let's convert. What's 200? So I'm just going to put the place values, the Roman numerals here again, so we can always make our reference. 1000. So let's go again. This is I, V, X, L, C, D, and then M. So you see that 200 is after 100, so we're adding. So 200 is 100 plus 100, right? And that's CC. So 200 will be CC plus 30 is after 10. So it's just going to be 10 plus 10 plus 10. That's X, X, and X plus 5 is V, right? So V. Very easy. So it becomes CC, X, 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 and then V. So that's the answer. 235 is 6C, X, 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 and then V. Alright, let's try another one. So, what if we're asked to write 1364, for instance? This is units, this is tens, 100, and 1000. So that one has the place value of 1000, so that's 1000 plus 3 has the place value of 100, so 300 plus 6 has the place value of tens, 60, and then unit 4. 1000 is M, so that's M plus 300 is after 100, so that means we just add 100 3 times, right? So it becomes C, C, and then C plus 60 is after 50 now. So what are we going to add to 50 to give us 60? We write 50 already, which is L. So what are we going to add to 50? That's just 10. So LX plus 4 is exactly before 5 as we have done previously. So 4 becomes IV. You see, we're writing I before V to show we're subtracting. So that's M, C, 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 L, X, I, and V. So that's it. So you can write virtually all the numbers this way. So let's attempt converting from Roman numeral to normal, numbers. So just for reference sake, let's rewrite our basic, numbers one more time. So here we go. Another opportunity, you can join me. So this is I, V, X, L, C, D, and then M. So let's say we have M, C, C, X, L. So we want to convert this to a normal number. How do we do that? Alright, so we just write out the numbers individually, right? So this is M. We'll pick M first. This is CC. We'll pick CC. Now XL. You notice that XL, we have a less number in front the great number, right? So it tells you that it's subtraction there. Take note. So let's write out all these numbers and then we add. M is 1000, so that should give us 1000. CC is 100 plus 100, which is 200, right? Now XL means 10 less than 50. That's 50 minus 10. That should give us 40. So we're just going to add these things together. 0, we have 4 there, we have 2. So MCCXL is simply 1240. Alright, let's try one more problem. What if we have, for instance, 954? Or rather, I wanted us to go from Roman numeral to ordinary number, but since I've already written it out, let's just do that quickly. 900, so we have 900 plus 5 plus 50, plus 4, because the place value of 5 there is tens. That's what we have. So 900 is exactly before 1000, so that's 100 less than 1000. So we have CM plus 50 is L, and then 4 is IV. So finally becomes CM, L, I, and then V. So that's how to do it. So finally, now let's convert from Roman numeral back to ordinary numbers one more time. So say we have, for instance, L, X, X, V, I. So how do we do this now? Let's write out the numbers. So we have L, we have X. We can take them together since they are equal, so XX. Then we have V, and then we have I and I. So let's do that quickly. L is 50, so that's 5 and 0. XX is 20, 10 plus 10. V is 5, and then II is 2. So let's just add it. So 0 plus 0, that's 0. 5 plus 2 should give us 7, and then 5 plus 2 again should give us 7. So 77 is LXXVII. So basically, that's just how to do it. You just keep adding or subtracting, and then you can convert from one form to another. So I believe that up till now, if you followed through this video, you should know how to convert a number from ordinary form to the Roman numeral, and then from Roman numeral to ordinary form. So if you learned the lesson for today, give this video a like, share, and then make sure to subscribe so you can always get updated when I post a new video. God bless you.